Hello, dear students. This is your ma'am with a new chapter, that is chapter 8, Human Health and Diseases. So, in this topic, we will be studying of four subtopics such as common diseases in the humans, humanity, AIDS, cancer, and drugs and alcohol abusement. So, these are the four subtopics which will be studying in this classes of this chapter. Okay, first, the first word, what we have seen on the screen is that of the human health. So coming to this word, what do you mean by health? So health is usually, it has a various definition. According to the World Health Organization, should be knowing, it is defined as a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being, and not merely with absence of diseases or infirmity. That what we call it as health. Okay, this was the definition given by the WHO. Even in NCERT books, the definition is given in the same way. So whenever we study about the health, already in the fourth chapter, I have explained you regarding reproductive health. In this chapter, human health means we are considering the whole body acquaintancing, programming of the body in a normal condition. If it drops from the normal condition, leads to an abnormal state, that what we call it as ill health. And that what we also recognize to be as a disease if it is caused by some pathogen. Okay. So let us get into the right definition. Fine. So here I have written already. The health is in a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being. Sometimes would have been seen whenever you're sick, your behavior changes. You may feel not to move from the place. Let us get back to sleep. You may feel chilling. You may feel loss of appetite. You may feel nausea. Like this, many types of symptoms would have been experienced, where both physically and also mentally will be disturbed. Then sometimes depression due to various reasons might be, anxiety, which also will change the social behavior of a personality. And that also we call it as ill health only. Okay. So if these three all are there in a man and he reacts accordingly, then we confirm he is an healthy personality. Okay. So usually our health is affected by genetic disorders, infections, changes in the lifestyle, might be the food, water, rest, exercises, habits. Whenever I feel the word rest, so sometimes what happens when a normal body does not get a rest, if you're being awake for more than what do you tell, you don't sleep for minimum at least for 6 hours also. Mentally, you get disturbed, even bodily, the body does not acquaint to the activity, feel tired. That means what it is understood. Everything should be in a balanced way. Every activity of our life should be in a balanced way. If this balances is being mismanaged, then we refer to be as there is some problem with the health. So that's what we try to say. So there, if there is a change in the lifestyle, and if you maintain a balance of food, water, rest, exercise, and with a good habit, that maintains the health as such. So yeah, the when people are healthy, they are how they behave. They are more efficient at work. You would have been experienced yourself. This increases the longevity of the people and reduces what? The death rate. See, due to corona, as soon as they hear they are being positive, by the scare only, some of them get heart attack and they die. If you have to come out from this, you should be a courageous way. You have to fight against the disease. So mentally, if you are strong, physically also will become strong. That's what I can tell you during this pandemic situation. Everything holds in our mind. If you tell yourself, yes, I am fine, yes, always you're fine. If you feel that, oh, it will enter my body, it will come into my body, why this of negativeness? When the negativeness increases, it may lead to the positiveness of the entering of a corona into our body. Let us have a lot of precautions is been announced by the government, and also precaution is taken by the society. Why don't we join the hands? Let us also take the precautions of wearing the mask, using the sanitizer, keeping ourselves hygienic and clean. And by this, we can get out of this virus and also come out of the pandemic situation, I believe. So that's what I am telling. One, mentally, mentally, if you're not fixed, also sometime it is called as an ill health. So when this pandemic situations only we think consider that what we tell, the reduction increases in the death rate. If they're having a good health and a good state of mind also, it may reduce the infant and maternal mortality. Okay, that is death rate can be reduced. Okay, if you follow all these precautions. Any change usually in the body, if it occurs also, we tell the man is ill health, he has been affected by some disease. Okay, so that's what I tell. How to keep ourselves safe and healthy means we should always follow the precautions which is added around us. So we may think somebody has got, why we have to take precaution, we may not get. This is an assumption. In which way it spreads only we are not able to know. So try to be safe, and also whenever we study this chapter, we study various kinds of diseases actually, which are caused by various type of organism, microorganism, which we cannot see through our naked eyes. That's very important. So when we cannot see through the naked eyes, how you will assume yourself it will not come? It may enter into the hair, and in the same place, if you go and stand where the infected person has been left the place and gone, maybe it may enter you. They also tell it is in a droplet diseases. Maybe it may enter your, even though you're not wearing mask also, if you don't sanitize also, there are consequences. They nowadays they tell, I don't know whether it is rumor or not, by the eyes tears also the virus can enter. See, this how is the pandemic situation. So accordingly, this chapter will be quite helpful to understand, make you to understand what is disease, what is health, what is ill health, what is abnormality. Okay. Okay. So here I have given a statement that as mind influences the human system. That what? See here. The three pictures are there. Healthy body, healthy mind, life is happy. Okay, you are having a happy life. Let us follow this slogan or acquaint into our life system also. So don't get pandemic into the pandemic diseases only. I get that is panic level increases, the man get into the heart attack and he dies. He dies because not of the spread of the corona. He dies because of his mind is not stable. Okay, as soon as he gets the report telling to be it is a positive, it can be cured. But due to the mind instability, death may occur. So if you are having a healthy body, if your immune system is strong, and your antibodies can fight with that virus. If your mind is stable, telling I am healthy, no virus, no bacteria can do anything in my body. Definitely, it cannot do anything in your body. That makes life happy. Okay. So that is what I am telling. Mind influences the human system. So if the human system is strong, that is resistivity power. Okay. If you have the resistivity power against the disease, in Kannada, what do you tell? Roga nirodhaka shakti ಹೆಚ್ಚಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ತರ ಕಾಯಿಲೆನೂ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಎದುರಿಸ್ಬೋದು. ಯಾವ ತರ ವೈರಸ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಡಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬರಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಮೈಂಡ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಬಹಳ ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ವೈರಸ್ಗೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು. So when the functioning of the organs or the system of the body is adversely affected, when your organs, that means you are having no kidney, liver, intestine, okay, if any of the pancreas, maybe lungs might be, if the body is adversely affected, then it is called a disease. Okay, the factors to maintain or achieving a good health, how to maintain ourselves to have a good health, are balanced diet, personal hygiene, as I told you, regular exercise. You would have been known yoga has been practiced since a time immemorial. It is not today's practice. Regarding yoga, you would have been seen in TV also. Many of the actors, they give the yoga videos. They have been shows they will give regarding the yoga practice, and also many babas the practice of yoga they show. And what they try to tell, that you can maintain your body by doing some few exercise of yoga. The lungs breathing system can be kept happy. So even in Ramdev Baba, when he is doing yoga, he tells pranayama. If you do the pranayama, our what do you tell, our life is saved. Prana means the life. No, ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರ್ತದೆ, ಪ್ರಾಣ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜೀವ, ಅದೇ. ಸೊ ಪ್ರಾಣಾಯಾಮ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಾಣನ ಉಳಿಸ್ಕೋಬಹುದು ಅನ್ನೋದು. ಹೌದಾ? So that what I'm trying to tell you. Yoga has been practiced since time immemorial to achieve physical and mental health. So you also start practicing every day, because it is some lockdown period. Early morning get up, do yoga. In the evening you have time, do yoga, so that physically and mentally you'll become very stable, children. You will not go into the depression that I'm staying back in the home, or I'm how to achieve myself the mark. This all types of depressions will be relaxed. So to have a relaxed mind and a body, if you practice yoga, that's a better thing, I believe. Okay, awareness about the disease and their effect on different bodily function you should be having. You should be knowing what is your body doing with. See, each body depends upon even for the medicine sake of medicine, if I tell you. So you will be knowing your own body, what to eat, what not to eat, how much quantity to eat, how much exercise has to be done. So you should know to have an awareness about the disease and their effect on different bodily functions. Vaccination against the infection diseases. Okay, some of the diseases vaccination you should be knowing. Proper disposal of the waste. I mean things you should understand, and disposal of the waste you should carry out. Then control of the vectors, maintenance of hygienic in your house when you are there now in this period. Very, very important, children. What do you have to maintain? The hygienic food and water resources. That what we tell. Many hotels are open also. Don't go and have in the hotels. Try to eat home food, which is very good at this pandemic situation. So hygienic food and water resources are necessary for achieving a good health. So I think so. How to maintain a health? What is health? You have understood by these three cartoons only. I have put on this slide. So healthy body plus healthy mind is equal to happy life. Okay. Coming to the diseases. Okay. So when we refer what is disease, I have told you discomfort or disability or impairs of the health is called as a disease. Now, how is this disease been caused? When you refer disease causing organism, we call it as pathogens. So the disease is classified broadly into two types. So this slide I am showing according to the NCRT. So according to NCRT, it is classified into infectious and non-infectious. But before this, it is classified into congenital and acquired diseases. Congenital, congenital disease. These are anatomical or physiological abnormalities present from birth. Congenital. Okay, try to understand. Before this, there are two types of diseases, that is congenital and acquired. Coming to the congenital disease, I am repeating again, they are anatomical or physiological abnormalities present from the birth. They may be caused by a single gene mutation also. Example, I'll give you like sickle cell anemia, okay, phenylketonuria, PKU disease, hemophilia, albinism, color blindness, etc. Then, secondly, chromosomal aberration means addition of a chromosome is also a disease. Deletion of a chromosome is also, we call it as abnormal. So, in chromosomal aberration, you know already Down syndrome, Turner syndrome, and Klinefelter syndrome. So, this all are, we call it as a congenital diseases because they are present from birth. Then, secondly, acquired disease. So, under acquired disease only comes these two types, which are those infectious, that is communicable disease, non-infectious, that is non-communicable diseases. What is infectious? Infections means it is a disease which are easily transmitted, which are, what I'm trying to tell, which are easily transmitted from one person to another is called as a infectious disease. Then what do you mean by non-infectious disease? Non-infectious disease means it is the non-communicable disease, the disease which are transmitted from one person to another person. Non-communicable means they cannot be transmitted from one person to another person, which is a disease which is not transferred from one person to another person means, example is cancer, arthritis, diabetes, gout, cardiovascular diseases, okay, then goiter formation, okay, all these cannot be transmitted from one person to another person. Such diseases we call it as non-communicable diseases, or we also call it as non-infectious diseases. Okay, so some of the important terms for a communicable disease, that is infectious diseases, I'll tell you. Etiology. What do you mean by etiology? Etiology means study of causes of diseases. We call it as etiology. Etiology. Then epidemics. What do you mean by epidemics? Outbreak of the disease in a major portion of a population. Now we are getting through, no? That is only we are call it as epidemics. What's epidemics? Once again I repeat. Outbreak of a disease in a major portion in between a population. So in our population, every day we are hearing nearly more number of deaths. I cannot account here. This is the number of statistic I cannot give. But still we come across either in the media or okay newspaper everywhere that telling the number of deaths is increasing because of the corona. Highly infectious disease it has become, that what we call it as epidemics. Epidemiology means we try to study the mode of transmission of the disease. Okay, this what even the researchers, scientists are still doing. They are not able to find the vaccine. Throughout the globe, the scientists are working for it to find the vaccine. So this father of epidemiology is John Snow. Who is the father of epidemiology? John Snow. And you should be knowing whenever we talk about the communicable diseases, a German physician by name Robert Koch. He was working on an anthrax disease. Anthrax is a bacterial bacteria. Okay. So whenever I think so, I have told about the anthrax. Anthrax was also used once upon a time as a biovar itself. Okay, that I remember when in my school days it was there. So as soon as we see here anthrax, we remember that situation. And also Robert Koch. He was working on anthrax disease in a sheep. Okay, he was working on a sheep. So he laid a condition called as a Koch postulates. Why he laid a post postulates means he want to given a difference between a pathogen and an organism in regard to a particular organism is a pathogen or not. Now, if we study regarding virus, virus is recognized as pathogen or it is recognized as organism. This is the on regarding this only he leads the postulate. There are four condition which he has laid and it is called as a post postulates. Which are those? A disease, first one I am telling, a diseased animal should regularly have that microorganism. Secondly, the organisms could be isolated and cultured on artificial and nutrient medium. Thirdly, by inoculation of that culture, the same disease should appear in a healthy animal. See, this is the work of the scientist. So what they do, they collect those organism which is causing the disease, that is those pathogen. Then they culture those pathogen, means they increase the number of those microorganism, the pathogen, and again they will inject into a healthy animal. So when they inject into a healthy animal, they want to find out the symptoms, okay, range of symptoms and the antibody produced in a body to fight against that. Then means they can get a result for finding a medicine. So that's what they are doing in the procedure of finding the vaccine even for corona. The fourth condition is the same microorganism should be recoverable from the body of the inoculated animal or a person. So that what they told, they were talking about the plasma. So the person who are being cured by the corona, their blood plasma will be taken, and if it is injected into the positive patient, they will get recovered they were telling. How far it becomes success, I don't know. But this what they are trying to do, means still research is going on. In any disease, it becomes pandemic also. This is a procedure which they follow actually. It would have been known also, Edward Jenner was the first person to develop a vaccination against the smallpox. See, there were people who have found the vaccination. Now to this disease, I don't know who will find the vaccine and you'll be getting the Nobel Prize award. No? Yes, let us see. Now coming to the mode of transmission of the diseases. What is the mode of transmission, do you think? Some might be direct, some might be indirect also. Okay, so what do you mean by pathogen? Means just now I told you disease causing organism is called as a pathogen. So organism which cause diseases, it can be categorized as a bacteria, virus, fungi, protozoa, and also helminthes. Then what are the parasites? Parasites are nothing but the pathogen that cause harm to the host body by living inside or on them. Either they enter into the body or they be present on the body also. They are said to be as the parasites. See, what is the pathogenicity of a parasite? For example, whenever we refer, what do you tell? Last year I went studies Ascaris. Some children asked me the question, is Ascaris ಜಂತುಳ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದು is a Ascaris a parasite, ma'am? Of course, if it has all this quality, what I tell you, that what we call it as pathogenicity. So what is a pathogenicity? Means pathogen can enter the body by various means, by water, food, air, okay, through soil also it will enter your body, you think. They will multiply and interfere with the normal activities of your body, resulting in morphological and functional damage. Some pathogen have to get adapted to the life within the environment where they live, environment of the host. If they are present in your intestine, they get adapted inside the intestine. Whatever you eat, even they eat. That what environment they get adapted. For example, here one example I will tell you. The pathogen that enter the gut system means what? That what your intestine. It must know the way of surviving in the stomach at low pH, because in our body we don't have high pH. High pH means acidic condition. We heat food, so the even a gastric juice pH also will be decreased whenever we consume the food. If it is starving, pH level will be more, means that their organism also cannot survive, so it will get adapted to the get survive to the low pH and resisting the various it will know to fight against the various digestive enzymes. So this what we call it as pathogenicity, means how a pathogen enters into our body, how it will make its house, draw complete our nutrition, happily live in the environment of our body. So this is what we call it as what? Pathogenicity. Okay. So here is one hypothesis, that is a good humor hypothesis. Whenever we feel humor means like joke. No, humor means what? Being happy when somebody tells the joke. That what we call it as humor. So health in past years was considered as a state of body and mind, not now in the ancient times, where there was a balance of certain humor systems. So that what we call it as good humor hypothesis. So here two pictures I have shown you. One is Hippocrate, another one is William Harvey. As soon as we see William Harvey, we remember circulation, that you know already. So here the Greek like Hippocrates, okay, as well as the Indian Ayurveda system of medicine asserted that it was thought that a person with a black bile, you know what I mean by black bile? Like black dots we can tell. So the person who is having a black bile, they were telling he belonged to hot personality and would have fevers. ಏನಿದು ಮೂಢನಂಬಿಕೆ? No, myths. It is myth. Black. Okay. A blind belief. Blind belief or a myth it is. So they were thinking it is a state, it states that the hypothesis states that health is a state of body and mind where there is a balance of certain humors. If a person with the person with the black bile belong to hot personality systems and he will be having fevers. This is what they believed. This idea was arrived at by a pure reflective thought, the discovery of blood circulation. Okay, so what they used to tell, see, even nowadays also they believe, no, ಏನಂತಾರೆ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಪಾಕ್ಸ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಮಕ್ಳಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಮೈಯೆಲ್ಲ ಗುಳ್ಳೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಿವು ತುಂಬಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ, ನವೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಪರ್ಚಕ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವಾಗ ಕೆಲವು ಮನೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ದೇವ್ರು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅಮ್ಮ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದೊಂದು ಬಿಲೀಫ್. ಬಟ್ ಸೈಂಟಿಫಿಕ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಬಿಲೀಫ್ ನಡೆಯಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ನೋ, ಸೊ ದೋಸ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಿಲೀಫ್ only sometime we tell humor as a good humor. It might result in a good things. So, but still, according to science, we tell it as a good humor. In the same way, here also, they thought the person with a black bile belonged to the hot personality. Hot means if it touch is a hot personality, not that hot. This hot is different. Increase in temperature. Clear? Fine. Okay, would have a fever. But when William Harvey discovered blood circulation, he lays what do you tell? He disproves experimental method and demonstration. He tells it is of a normal body temperature in a person with the black bile using a thermometer. He disproved the good humor hypothesis of health. He was a person to disprove the good humor hypothesis of health. So he will disprove by his hypothesis that sometime a normal temperature of a person with the black bile only is will be having nearly 37 degrees Celsius, means it is a normal temperature. Okay, that is not a fever. So by his demonstration and experimental method, he proved that the temperature of his the body is a normal body temperature using thermometer, and he disproved this good humor hypothesis of health. using the thermometer. So that was a great discovery of the William Harvey. Okay, so they also have given four type of humors. One is blood, another one is yellow bile and black bile. Then phlegm. Phlegm means what you tell? It will come from your nose, no? See that one. Now you got okay. Sticky. Okay. So this is regarding the introduction of human health and disease, children. So in the next video, we will learn regarding types of diseases, that is communicable and non-communicable diseases, and discuss about the various types of disease caused by different types of organisms such as virus, fungi, bacteria, helminthes, protozoa. Okay, see you in the next class.